beautiful souls. How are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel, Breathe and Balance, where we speak about everything magical, mystical, and metaphysical to bring back balance into our lives through self inquiry, energy medicine, metaphysics, and soul alignment. So, today we are going to talk about a topic that really fascinates me. And I've touched on this a little bit here and there in my previous videos, and this is about perspective. So, what is perspective? So, it is a lens through which we view the world around us and all aspects of our lives and life experience, right? We all have worldviews and different points of view about everything in our lives, and these tend to shift from time to time. But yes, so I was really interested to understand why other perspectives. So, first of all, how are these perspectives formed or created? So, perspectives are generated or formed through perceptions, which are created through the five senses. Like the eyes, through which we see, sight, and hearing through the ears, and smelling through the nose, and so on, right? So we receive information through these five senses, which are consciousnesses in themselves. And then the mind interprets them or processes them based on various programs that have already been installed in our minds or through the programming or the conditioning, which filters and colors all the information that it receives through the five senses, right? So this programming contains a lot of different things like belief systems and biases, memories, and so on and so forth, right? So, so it's pretty complex, and this is the reason why we tend to have different perspectives and sometimes contradictory perspectives, even if a group of people are experiencing the same situation or the same event in the same time-space container. Because we have different perspectives based on the programming that is colored by our previous experiences, the memories, which then influence or create belief systems, and so on, right? So the next question is then, what is the reason that we have these different perspectives? What's the function, right? And is there any benefit in having these different perspectives, right? So what I've realized so far, and actually this came as a download one day several months back, where I was shown that we require certain life experiences in order for our own growth, for the evolution of our soul, right? And how do we receive these lessons for our growth? Through situations, through life experiences, events, right? And for this very purpose of soul evolution through lessons and the experience that we need to receive for that, we create a particular perspective that is conducive to that particular experience. I hope you're following me, right? So it's kind of like this hologram, right, which we create through these perspectives based on the perceptions, wherein we experience something which gives us a particular lesson, right? That helps us grow if you choose to, right? So in other words, uh, we create a perspective in order to create a particular experience that is necessary for our own evolution, right? So it's a process of creating experiences, right? So which is why we have this different perspective. And everything in life is an experience, right? And how we experience another person, how we experience a particular situation, a relationship, an event, everything is actually based on these perspectives in our minds, or the perspectives that our minds create. I find this really fascinating and also quite empowering, because this also suggests that we can co-create our reality by shifting the perspective. Right? So if we don't like a particular experience, we have a choice to shift our positioning so that we shift the perspective of how we view a particular situation or an experience. And that will change the outcome, which will change the experience of it, and the reality or the truth that we experience around this particular situation. Right? And which means that if we want more joy and love and abundance in our lives, we can create those experiences and make them our truths by shifting these perspectives. Right? So how we do it, of course, is a practice, and it takes a lot of inner work. And, if I'm working with a client, I would take them through an entire process of self-inquiry and other processes to understand how did these perspectives that are resulting in an experience that is not wholesome or preferable had been initiated or created in the first place. What kind of perceptions are underlying these perspectives. So what kind of programming is there, which includes belief systems that have been created through certain memories and repetition of certain experiences, so on and so forth, right? Because what happens is when there is a programming there in our minds, you know, it creates a particular energetic field, like certain energetic imprints and patterns, which of course come not only from this life, but our past as well. And the more a particular experience is repeated over time, it gets ingrained, right, in our minds and in our energetic fields, which then sends out kind of signals to the universe, which then magnifies more of the same into our field of experience, on what we call the reality, right? And what we call the reality or our truth is an experience, right? At the end of the day. So you see, what I'm trying to show here is the connection between the reality that we experience, or what we experience as our reality and our truth, and our perspective, right? And the possibility that exists for us to create a preferable reality by shifting our perspective. Right? So I hope what I offered here is helpful for you, because the perspective that I'm offering here today to you is that life is nothing but a perspective. So perspectives keep changing. So they're amenable to change. They can and do keep shifting. So it's a very fluid phenomenon. So we are not stuck in any one reality or truth. Right? We have the ability, the power to shift our reality by shifting our perspective. And that's a practice. So if you would like me to elaborate on this, or if you would like any clarification, or if you would like to do one-to-one sessions in order to shift your own perspectives for a shift in your own reality, please feel free to uh, comment down below, or you can reach out to me directly as well. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. And please do click the like button if you found this conversation useful. And please feel free to share and subscribe, as it will be very helpful. And I really look forward to sharing more of my learnings and whatever that helps us all walk on this path of awakening and evolution, right? So to end today's discourse, let us just close our eyes for a few moments and just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just allow your mind to settle into your body as your body settles in to your chair or the space that you're seated in. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just relax. Give yourself the permission to just let go of all the thoughts, all the emotions and sensations, and just being aware of whatever that arises and whatever that falls away as you breathe in and breathe out. And just reflect on perspectives that you are holding on to in your life, knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously. Because a lot of these perspectives tend to be in the unconscious realm due to the perceptions and the patterns that have been ingrained in our subconscious, unconscious minds that drive us from an unknown space. We tend to respond automatically based on these programs. These perspectives are created and then they keep shifting and changing, creating, recreating our realities. It's giving us an experience. This series of experiences that we call life. So you breathe in and breathe out. Just open yourself up to possibility of new perspectives that bring you wholesome experiences, joyful, loveful, peaceful experiences. Knowing that it is possible. Perspectives can and do change all the time. So what if we could engage in this creational process more consciously? What if we can shift our perspectives more intentionally and consciously into a space that brings more balance and harmony and alignment into our realities, our worlds, our lives? So love this possibility to Seep into your heart, mind, body, and soul. Into each and every cell and molecule and particle of your body and being as you breathe in and breathe out. Thank you so much once again for joining me for this discourse. I'm wishing you all the best and see you next week. Okay, bye for now.